Hello everyone, and welcome to Howie's Corner. Today I'd like to talk about the Lee Universal Decapping Die and how I use it in my reloading process. I'll leave a link in the description below. When I first got started in my reloading hobby, I was picking up range brass left and right. Every time I go shooting, I'd clean up my own stuff. I'd get there early before everybody else, and I'd pretty much have free pickings to pick up as much as I could. So I'd sometimes come home with a 2 or even a 5-gallon bucket. The first thing I do after sorting by caliber, more to come on that in a future video or series of videos, is I would run it all through my trusty Lee classic press with my universal decapping die. As you can see by my spent primer bucket here, I've gone through tens of thousands of pieces of brass. One of the first things I learned very early on is the weak spot in the Lee decapping die, and that is the decapping pin itself and the collet. So you got it too loose, and I was finding that it was constantly getting pushed up and I wasn't pushing the primers out, and you find this a lot on military brass with crimped primers. You tighten the collet down too hard and you risk breaking the pin, and as you can see here, my original pin, I think I maybe went through 1,000 rounds or so, and I bent it. I had to bend it back into shape, and eventually it broke. Enter the Squirrel Daddy decapping pin. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. It comes in a pack of 3. It's made in the US, made out of hardened steel, and for me so far it's been virtually indestructible. I'm still on the first one in my decapping die, first one, and I've been able to tighten that collet down so tight that occasionally I'll have a 22 long rifle to get lodged in there, and I'll punch through the head on that and still punch the primer out. So yeah, it's done a very good job, and still going. Figured I'd do a quick little run through here. I got a bucket of 45 sitting behind me here, so I just want to do a quick little demo. As you can see here, basically as fast as I can go through these things, put them through the press, no issues at all. And like I said, I've probably, I can't even tell you how many tens of thousands of rounds I've done. But and again, this thing's been bulletproof, no issues. This is basically this die here, the Lee Classic. This is my first press. So pretty much what I use it for now is just decapping. Sometimes I might do, I'll prime my my handgun loads, the stuff that I don't do on the Dillon. I use the Lee priming system, and it works okay. So, anyways, this is just a quick little run through. So, having 3 of them and seeing how well it works, I recently got myself a Dillon press and started processing 223 on it. And one of the steps I do, or one of the things I do with the Dillon press is I have the RT 1500 trimmer, and I've got that on a tool head, and bought myself a second Lee Universal decapping pin, replaced it with the Squirrel Daddy pin, and it gives me peace of mind knowing that I'm not gonna have any primers that are aren't gonna get punched out, and if I have any issues at all, my press is going to let me know. You're going to feel that in the handle. A little bit of resistance, to stop and check and see if there's maybe it's misaligned, didn't seat all the way, or maybe you got a rock or something else in there. So I love both these products combined. It's pretty much an indestructible setup. So I'd highly recommend. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd also like to hear if you guys have a similar experience as I do, if you have any other suggestions or what your processes are. Appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for tuning in, and have a great day.